All right, we are post-game Highmark Stadium here. This is John Krysinsky, Pittsburgh Soccer Now. I have a special guest with me,
Amadeo Eichberg.
Amadeo Eichberg. We've connected in the press box a number of times, and I really appreciate and love your feedback on Riverhounds. And tonight was a tough night for the Riverhounds. They fell 2-0 to Memphis. Memphis is right ahead of them in the standings, 2 points ahead now with a win. They surged 5 points ahead of the Riverhounds. Now they're solid in third place. The Hounds are now in fourth place. But really a tough night for the Hounds, and it all started with one mistake. Really a mistake defensively where there was a 50-50 ball. Mertz didn't quite get to it. Memphis did. Luis Fernando, the Latino, he got some space, and the Hounds didn't close that space, and it was a beautiful strike.
It was a beautiful strike, and the goalie didn't even come close to saving it. So, we just got off on the wrong foot, and then things kind of snowballed from there. The thing it's important to notice is it's a missed opportunity. You had a full crowd here.
Yeah.
I think the announced crowd was 4,700, which is almost a sold-out show, and high expectations. They had not lost the game. I've forgotten how many, 4 or 5,
six. Actually, a 7-match unbeaten streak. They had won 6 of those 7 matches. They really pulled themselves in position to really get into, maybe make a move, get closer to first or second place. But now they're going to fall 5 points behind Memphis. They're behind Louisville City. They're behind Tampa. So it's got to be frustrating for Bob Lilly and his team, to be in this position after making the climb forward, getting in front, like you said, in front of a home crowd tonight, and not be able to even pick up the 3 points or a point.
Yeah, but there are some silver linings. One is they had a last minute goal in the game before where they should have only got 1 point and they got 3, so that kind of gave them a cushion. And the other thing to remember is they have their next opponent is the cellar dweller, almost the doormat of the division. They've only won 3 or 4 games so far, so the timing is propitious for that matchup to rebound and start stacking wins, like they like to say in this city.
Sure. I mean, I think, from my standpoint, I look at it like this is a big opportunity. They played Tampa here last month in June. That's a team that still hasn't lost since April.
The gold standard, I think, these days.
And so Tampa, they lose 5-2. That's a team ahead of them. Memphis, a team ahead of them, they lose. So I'm sure
it's a common theme, I know.
Right. So Bob Lilly talked about in his post-game press conference that this club tonight, he wasn't disappointed in the effort, but maybe he was more disappointed in the quality. Maybe they just weren't finishing on some of those runs in the box, that sort of thing.
Yeah, he mentioned the execution was missing, and conversely, the other team executed perfectly. The 2 chances they got, they buried without a doubt. And I don't want to bring up a negative, but I'm going to. The goalkeeping is still a question mark for me, guys. He has been playing musical chairs. We had Bostic start the first run, then Silva looked good, then he had the fiasco with the Rowdies, and now we thought we had one, but yeah, the goals were great shots, but you got to stop one of those or make a spectacular, you're not supposed to make the save, and none of our goalkeepers have been able to do that. But the positives are our midfielder and our depth, and every time we bring in new players, so I think this team has the ingredients to go on a roll and win it all, but they're going to have to fix their goalkeeping, and they're going to have to win the games they have to win against quality opponents, vis-a-vis the Rowdies and Memphis and teams of that ilk.
Absolutely. I think that there are signs, even in these losses to the good teams that at home that were disappointing. There are signs that and we know Bob Lilly will make adjustments, and veteran players like Canardo and guys like that are going to make adjustments. They're going to adjust, and there's still a lot of season left.
Sure.
And I think a lot of people have a lot of confidence in this club to do some special things this season. But I'm sure in the moment it's definitely a little frustrating. Memphis, though, solid team, and I don't think you can take for granted.
No.
The first time around these 2 teams played 3-0. The Hounds beat them at Memphis.
Yeah.
And so this team, under Ben Perlman, they've really turned things around. They are
They came to play.
They came to play.
Just basically,
They're physical. They got the early goal, so they were able to put numbers in front of the Hounds and then really force the Hounds to be, as we just talked about, the quality. They needed to have quality finishes, needed to have quality runs into the box.
And they won more of the 50-50 balls.
Absolutely. And I was looking at the stats too. Again, defending well meant they had, I think, about 28 clearances they finished with. They had about 16 interceptions. So this is a team that was prepared for the onslaught, and they were well organized in the back.
Yes, and that's been one of their strengths. Interesting. We'll have to see what's going on. The other thing, just to note before we close out, is that Kelly and Dikwa both played at the same time, where they're both strikers, and he did want to try that double attack. And hey, that's a tale as old as time. When you're down 1-0 and you push for that equalizer, and you leave yourself susceptible at the back, and that's what happened this evening. But I really think the best is yet to come for this team. So stay with us.
I do too. I think with the talent, the depth, the experience that they have, this is no time to panic. And I think that will be Monday morning. They will show up for training and be ready to go. And I think that there's a lot of positives still to look forward to. If you're a Riverhounds fan, Pittsburgh soccer fan, they'll be back here Saturday night, next Saturday against New York Red Bulls too.
Yeah,
thank you so much for
no
joining
problem.
me.
Vamos Rios Perros.
And I want to give you a plug, so go ahead.
Oh yeah. So I write the sports for La MegaNota. I did a mid-season report on the Riverhounds, giving them grades. And I also did a top 8 ranking of the top quarterbacks of all time. So you could pick up these MegaNotas at
I was disappointed. I was disappointed no Eli Manning in there, but that's okay. I'm very biased.
He was 9 or 10 maybe. I don't know. Overrated. But yeah. So and then I also do reporting for Pittsburgh's first ever Spanish radio station. We're on the south side, and we're called La Mega. So thank you for this forum and for me to talk about this the team that I love here in Pittsburgh. And let me mention one more thing. If you haven't been out here, this is one of the hidden treasures of the Pittsburgh sports scene. Very affordable, family friendly, and this Highmark Stadium is a jewel because you have a beautiful view of the skylines. One of the better views of the city. So so if you haven't been out to a game, make it out. You'll love it.
See the beautiful skyline as we sign off. But again, thank you. The Riverhounds lose 2-0 to Memphis, but there's plenty of time, plenty of room through the rest of the season for the Hounds to really step up and make a late charge. And really that 4th place spot, get that home playoff match in October, I think will be a big thing. So again, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week.
Hasta luego.